Student page 105. Rearranging familiar formulas. So a familiar formula is area equals length times width. And we're given the area of the rectangle is 25 inches. So that means L times W is equal to 25. It says if the width is 10, what is the length? So they're telling us W is 10, which means we can put it in here. L times 10 is 25. And if we divide both sides by 10, what we find out is L is 2.5. Now they try to switch it up on us. W is now 15 inches. The problem is still the same. This square hasn't changed area any, so now we know that it's L times 15 equals 25. And if I divide both sides by 15, I don't get quite as clean of an answer as we did last time, but we find out here's a 1. And L equals 25 over 15. I'm hoping you see 5 goes into each of these. If I divide both top and bottom by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, I get L equals 5 over 3. That's in simplest form. I could call it 1 2/3. Some of you might have used your calculator and got 666. Repeating, we'll leave it at that. We won't go any further. Rearrange the area formula to solve for L. So that's what we did. We looked for L, divided both sides by W. That's where this came from. And when we had our 1 here, we got either L is equal to A over W or L is equal to A over W. It doesn't matter which order we look at, it works. To verify that the area formula solved for L will give the same results of L as having solved for L in the original area formula. So what we know is L is A divided by W. And if you think about it, we're looking for L 2 cases. First of all, A is always 25. In the first problem, it was 10. And in the second problem, the width was 15. And if you notice, already we're starting to see something we had before, but L equals 2.5 and L equals 5 over 3. It really didn't matter if the problem was already solved for L or not. We got the same answer one way or the other. That should be reassuring. When you thought things were getting easy, here we go. Solve each problem 2 ways. Substitute the given values and solve for the variable. Then solve for the given variable and substitute the given values. So our equation is P equals twice the length plus the width, where P represents the perimeter, L represents the length, and W represents the width. Calculate L when P is 70 and W is 15. Okay, so they told us we could put the numbers in, so we're going to start that way because that certainly seems like the easiest thing to do. L and then W is 15. And let's see here. Well, you know me. I like to divide where I can, so I'm going to divide first. 35 equals, and there's my 1, nicely gone. L plus 15. If I subtract 15 from both sides, that's pretty easy to do. Minus 15 and minus 15. It's a positive there. 20 is L. Nice. Okay, so there's L solving by substituting first. Now it also says that we need to solve for L and then do it. So let's see. We've got P equals 2 times L plus W. It's supposed to be an L, you guys. Okay, it's not turning into an L. Let me turn this into an L. We can do it. I can do it. L plus W. Oh well. We're going to divide by 2. Really, we're going to divide by 2, not P. Okay, divide by 2. There's our 1. And what we get is P over 2 equals L plus W. I'm going for L, so I'm going to subtract W from both sides. Minus W, there's a 0 pair, and minus W. what I end up with is something simple. I'm going to flip it over because it'll make more sense in a minute. L is equal to P divided by 2 minus W. Okay, we still know that P is 70. 70 divided by 2 minus W is 15. And if you notice, suddenly we're looking at, we see half of 70 is 35. 35 minus 15. And here's our 35 minus 15. This equation turned out the same way. And so we get L is 20. Nice. The area formula for a triangle is 1/2 base times height, where area is represented by A, B represents the length of the base, and H the height. Calculate B when A is 100 and H is 20. So let's see, we've got A equals 1/2 BH. We're given A is 100 and H is 20. 100 equals 1/2, and they told us we're looking for B, so we're not expecting to replace B. And then that's times, and then 20. I'm going to do the easy thing. Half of 20 is 10. So 100 equals 10B. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. And the base of this triangle is 10. That wasn't too bad. All right, but now I'm going to calculate B. I'm going to find out what B is first. So this is a little more tricky than the last one. It's not terrible, but it's a little more tricky. So we have 1/2 B times H. I know it doesn't look like an H because it's not. It's a B. Now it's an H. All right. So I need to get rid of the half, and I'm going to do that by multiplying both sides by 2 times 2 times 2. A little different than I did, but let's see. I bet you'd come up with the same answer. 2A equals B times H. Still looking for B, so I'm going to divide by H. That's what's going to give me my 1 over here. Divide by H here. And I get 2A over H equals B. All right, we know A is 100 and H is 20. 2 times 100 divided by 20 is B. This is 200 over 20 equals B, and 10 is our B. Confirmed 2 ways. Yay!